Hey guys, it's Vince. Today I'm excited to discuss the release of my motion control software package featuring an Ethernet control module. I've had lots of requests for this. I've discussed it in previous videos, and the day has finally come, and I want to start this video series. And it is a series of videos because, again, there's a lot of information to cover. I'm going to upload at least, I'd say, 2 or 3 videos, maybe even more than that, in sequence to cover all of the different features. I feel that a lot of times I get a lot of questions because a lot of guys don't review the videos fully all the way through. They don't re-review them, and they have many questions that are already answered if they just watch them again. So what I'm trying to do is mitigate both your time investment and, of course, my time investment by doing shorter videos so you guys can watch at your own leisure and really understand the difference in what I'm trying to bring to market, because, again, there's some vast disparities in what we're talking about that are leaps and bounds ahead of what's currently being offered. So stay tuned. I'm going to start first with the pricing structure. It'll be done in an Excel spreadsheet format, and then after that we'll go into other structures dealing with the software itself, dealing with Pumotix as an overview, and then we'll go on from there. Stay tuned. Thank you all. Okay guys, this part of the video is going to cover an in-depth Microsoft Excel breakdown of all of the data of the components and software currently being used in the mainstream market. Now, when I say mainstream market, I know there's other controllers, of course, coming out every day. There's the Masso. I did not include those because the majority of the market is really not using them. I'm looking at more towards what's conventionally being used, Mach 3, Mach 4, Centroid, and also looking at Warp 9's Ethernet Smooth Stepper. And what I'm really discussing here is an Ethernet-controlled motion controller. Okay, so again, Ethernet offers the most stable form of motion control possible. That's what makes this package, on top of everything else included with it, so powerful. That being said, what we have here is I've done all of my due diligence, and believe me, I've invested quite a bit of time, so there's a lot of detail to cover here. And if you're really serious about getting involved in CNC at this level, I highly recommend you set some time aside to review this video because, again, I'm going to cover a lot of detail. You're going to want to go through it yourself, double check all my numbers, because you can see I'm a dealer. I do this every day. You might work on something once a week. You might work on stuff once, weekend. I'm doing this every day, and it's imperative for me to be as accurate as possible. You do the breakdown, you check out the numbers, but I can tell you right now, I'm very, very, very close in what we're about to cover. So what we've got here on this part of the actual spreadsheet is I'm going to just read everything, and we'll go through everything so everybody has a complete, thorough understanding of what we're discussing. Right here you see it says motion controller package including G5 44-axis micro-stepping driver, Mach 3 or Mach 4, whichever you choose, or the Centroid Pro software if you're using the Centroid Acorn, or the Warp 9 Ethernet Smooth Stepper. Now, the Acorn or the Smooth Stepper provide Ethernet motion controller performance. So again, you're going to have the most stable platform in motion control currently available. That being said, the PLCM EB1, along with Pumotix, is going to take this a step above, and we're going to cover all of the details. But what's really interesting here is I've put together all packages inclusive of what is currently being used in the mainstream market right now in this genre. And you can look at the pricing, and we'll cover the pricing, we'll cover the breakdowns of these packages so everyone has a complete, thorough understanding and can go to work doing their own due diligence to see if I'm just simply providing numbers just for you guys to hash over, or if I'm providing accurate information, because I'm telling you now what you're about to find out is it's very accurate. What we've got here in this particular package, you can see I spaced everything. We've got a Warp 9 Ethernet Smooth Stepper accessory package, and you can see here in blue type I've put use supply. Now, why I put that is a lot of guys getting involved in CNC don't realize that the Smooth Stepper itself, like many other components, including the Centroid Acorn, come as a bare circuit board, which means for an end user it's all but useless. It means you have to buy other components, you have to supply an enclosure, you have to supply all the hardware, and by the time all is said and done, by the time you end up doing nickel and dime investments, you'll realize what you have to purchase. Well, right here I actually broke down in the comments section of what you would have to purchase, which is ESS accessories required includes LPH26 ribbon cable for communication, 5-volt 3-amp power supply, inline power switch, cycle the unit on and off, and an enclosure to mount the circuit board in, plus all required hardware to do so. Now, how do I know this? Well, many of you already realize I've already come out with my ESS turnkey solution, which accomplishes all of that as far as what's missing in a turnkey package. And why I did that is because, like many of you feel the same way I do, it's completely illogical to offer an incomplete component, which is what I feel many of them are. They're selling just bare bone accessories for whatever reason, and it makes it harder on the end user to really get up and running and understand what's going on with their CNC system. And I feel that's why in the industry right now there's a lot of confusion. So again, in this particular package, you would have to supply everything in this actual comment right here. So what I've got here is I'm estimating that price at about $70, okay? Now I'm saying $70 in terms of you using whatever enclosure you're going to use. I have a lot of guys wanting to use plastic. I don't recommend plastic because, again, it's not conductive, so EMI will be not mitigated with that. And that's something to think about, you know, whatever you're doing. But I'm doing it at the cheapest possible price point. I'm saying about 70 bucks accessories just to accompany the Warp 9 Ethernet smooth stepper. The bare board itself, which is known as the bare bone actual component, is about $179. You can see the comment here. It says unlisted, but usually 12 months. And what I'm speaking about is the warranty. So let's discuss that for a minute. The PLCM EB1 Ethernet control module, including Pumotix, I've worked out a deal to get you guys a 3-year US warranty direct through me. That's unheard of in the industry. The only one offering 3 years in the industry currently is Gecko Drive as far as drivers, and also ClearPath if you want to be technical. I'm doing it on a PLCM EB1, which is an Ethernet controller, which is unheard of. Okay, so typically on most circuit board type assemblies, you get about a 12-month warranty, and that's why I put here unlisted, but usually 12 months, and that would be for the Ethernet smooth stepper. You can contact Warp 9 to validate that, but I believe I'm correct. You can see I put a price point here of $179. That's just the bare circuit board. You can look that up online. All prices were attained looking through Google, looking no different than you guys would do at retail pricing. The Gecko is $275. I'm looking at my pricing on that. Mach 4 Industrial is $1,400. In this component configuration, if we add this all up, you're at $1,924 for this configuration. If we move over here to the right, you see price difference using Pumotix motion control software with Turnkey PLCM EB1 Ethernet control module in a turnkey format. And that means I'm including everything, so this unit just plugs and plays with the system, and you install the software and you're ready to go. Step 1 software without any add-ons. Now, Step 1 software is the base level of Pumotix. Now, when I say base level, it is not base level in what's known as Centroid, Mach 3, everything that's currently on the market. It's base level in the sense that you do have, and I will specify this over and over again, unlimited G-code use potential. No software currently in the industry offers that. None. At a free level, where you just buy this piece of hardware, the PLCM EB1, and it incorporates motion control software with unlimited G-code use out of the box, free. Okay? Factor that in. You're going to find out. Very powerful. Right here, it says Step 1 software without any add-ons and Fusion 360 post processor. Why I'm including the Fusion 360 post is because many of you are going to be using Fusion. If you're not and you're using Vectric, I've got to deal with that too. We can add Vectric's post in there. Either way, the G540 4-axis driver using the PLCM EB1, including Pumotix motion control software, it will be selling at a total cost of $534. Okay? That is unheard of in the industry. Now, what you see in this number in red shading, and then you see a number down here in green shading, this is the most money you would save in this configuration, meaning if you use Pumotix versus Mach 4 Industrial in this package right here, versus this package right here, you're going to save $1,390. That would be the most you would save, and that's why I highlighted it red. If you come down here and you see the highlight in green, this is the least amount of money you would save. And this is including Mach 3. It's basically the same package except this is including Mach 4 Industrial, and this is including Mach 3. This total package is $699, okay? And this total package over here, once again, we're at $534. We subtract it. This is your difference, and you can see how much you're saving. Now, the beauty of Pumotix, as we go through, and many of you are going to see this as I break this video down because I have to do it in sections. There's a lot of information to cover, is that you can upgrade Pumotix, and you'll cover it more times than once, naturally, in this video, based on your required need. What does that mean to the end user? Well, it means a lot, because instead of you having to pay for features you're not going to use like you would in Mach 4 Industrial, we can build the software around your specific need, and you're only paying for modules that are going to suit you and your business model, which is unheard of in the industry. Okay, so again, we're looking at a lot of different things here, and we've already saved you a tremendous amount of money when you factor in what we're looking at in total cost. So other packages here are available, and you can see here, and to be totally fair, guys, to show that I'm not being biased, I even threw my Warp 9 Ethernet Smooth Stepper turnkey solution in here so that you guys can see how much my package is with Mach 3 and with the G540, and you're seeing it's $760. So if you went with step 1, a G540 and a PLCM EB1, you would still be saving $226 over the Ethernet Smooth Stepper. Now, that's not to say that the Smooth Stepper is obsolete. It is not. And I cannot actually say that enough, because the actual Smooth Stepper has other advantages over the PLCM EB1 at this point, which means that it's able to utilize 3 different inputs for other drives, so we can expand it any way we'd like. Meaning if you're running a 5-axis system up to 8-axis, you can hook 2 G540s up to it. So it still has a purpose. But for many of you who just want to get involved with CNC with the most stable platform possible, with the most expandability possible, I wanted a platform that would do that. And believe you me, this has done it. Not only has it done it, but as you can see here, in generally speaking, we are the lowest price on the market currently, and I'm very proud of that. Okay. Once again, if you look over here, we could see that the Smooth Stepper turnkey solution, once again, G540 Mach 4 Industrial will be $1985. You're saving $1451 if we go with the Pumotix PLCM combo. Okay, just so everybody's on the same page, this portion of the video you could see I took a snapshot from Centroid's site on the Acorn, and of course the Acorn Mill Pro software, just so everybody understands and everybody is on the same page. When I say it's a bare circuit board, you can see what you get here. You get the little power supply, you get the relay set. You're looking at $299 for this. Optional factory direct technical support, $90 an hour. Lots of questions on this. They do say that you can go into their forum if you want to use it and all this other neat stuff. Again, general technical support in a forum is hit and miss. I can tell you that. I've had many of my clients say the same thing. I've said it numerous times. You do not know who you're learning from. You're hoping that one of their reps is in there to actually represent their hardware, but we really don't know. Over here, unlimited G-code file size is only purchased when you come up to step up to the Acorn Mill Pro CNC software license. That is an additional $159. So everybody here is on the same page. I just wanted to throw this in briefly because, again, it's questions that come up. I don't want to pull any punches. You can see the cable that they include with their unit is single shielded. It is not double shielded. I do not understand that, but again, everything is a little bit different there. You can see the power cord that they have here wired to this power supply, which is absolutely ridiculous because I don't know how they expect you to use an enclosure if this unit's going to be wired directly to a power supply. I mean, that's never ever been done, and most guys realize that's not the case. I don't understand why they would represent it like that, but again, full disclosure, now everybody's on the same page when we do the comparison through the Excel worksheet. If we come over here, Centroid Acorn Barebone, and again, it comes with a 12-month warranty. Barebone purchase, meaning you supply all required missing components, including labor to install the unit, and they want $299. Then if you want to unlock the software, because many of you look at Centroid and go, oh God, that's a wonderful deal because the software looks Fisher Price easy, and what many guys forget to realize is they have to pay additionally another $159 for their pro version of the software to unlock it so that you have unlimited G-code, or you're limited to the amount of G-code you can actually process. Now you see the actual potential with Pumotix, where even the free version has unlimited G-code use. This is, like I said, unheard of. You can see a total here with the G540 breaks down to $733. With my package, I just saved you $199 right off the top. Okay, and I can tell you right now when we compare everything, and we're going to compare apples to apples because this is very important, you will see the difference in compatibility as far as variations in actual module control that Pumotix offers. So again, another package over here, Centroid Acorn U supply, is $299. That's the bare actual unit. Then the Centroid Pro Software Acorn is $159. G540 4-axis micro stepping drive is $275. And this is the Centroid Acorn accessories. Now, of course, up here I did not include the accessories. This is an actual price based on somebody already having those accessories. But let's say you're new to CNC. Let's say you're just looking to get involved and you want a real kick-ass system and you don't want to worry about stability and you think the Acorn is the way to go. Well, guess what? You're going to need another $80 in accessories. And I wrote here in the note, Centroid Acorn runs on 5 volt, which means it's susceptible to EMI due to such low voltage. Well, guys, the PLCM, and I've probably discussed this in other areas of the video already, is running on 12 volts. Now, for those electronic guys who don't understand what that means, the higher the voltage, the less susceptible to EMI you are. When we step from 5 to 12 volts, it is massively significant. Massively significant. And that's why the PLCM can actually be in a nylon enclosure, because the voltage is so strong that EMI penetration is virtually non-existent at all, because we're using a higher voltage, which means our signals are stronger. Now, when you factor that in, this is tremendous for those of you wanting to start a business or just wanting stability, and who doesn't want that? So factoring it all in, you can see where we're at. 5 volt, once again, means it's susceptible to EMI due to such low voltage. The circuit board requires proper metal enclosure to assure proper stability, assure system stability. All cables to be used with the Acorn should be, best practice, double shielded for control signal protection. I always say double shielded. A lot of these companies are saying single shield. Let me explain the difference, because I get questions on that a lot. Use double shielded, you're mitigating both EMI frequencies, low and high. You use only one level of shielding, whether it be mylar foil or tin-braided copper, and typically you're only mitigating one source of frequency. Okay? That's a big difference. That's why I call all of my double shielded cables bulletproof, because you really have a multi-layer faceted signal protection when it comes to EMI, because we're using that tin-braided copper, we're using the mylar foil in conjunction with each other. And again, we're getting not only a Faraday cage with one, you get Faraday cage effects with the other, and EMI penetration is virtually unheard of. So again, keep this in mind. What we're looking for is not simple motion, mindless motion. We are looking for stable motion where it's predictable. And that's something that I cannot emphasize enough. So once again, you can see a price point difference here. We jumped from $733. I saved you $199 on this if you could supply your own Centroid accessories. If you can't, and you're a new guy and you're looking at just getting the Centroid going, you're looking at $813.99. I just saved you $280 using the Pumotix PLCM package with the G540. Okay, coming over here, Pumotix Motion Control Software Step 2 version with Fusion 360 post, PLCM 1, EB1 6-axis Ethernet motion control, bare bones, shipped from Russia. Because I know I'm going to have guys saying, well, why should I buy it from you? I can go to Russia and buy it. Okay, let's look at this. Gecko G540 digital 4-axis micro stepping drive, PLCM E1B 6-axis Ethernet motion control accessories. I've built the unit in a turnkey solution, meaning all accessories that you would require, I've already built into it. So I know exactly what this system is capable of. They know what it's capable of. And when we look here at the total, if you were to purchase the unit from Russia, you only get a 1-year warranty direct. You also have to do all the importation. You have to deal with EMS and all that neat stuff. I'm taking it away. You would have to supply double shielded Cat7 cable, power supply with inline switch on and off, and DB25 gender changer. Now, I've also thrown in a DB25 EMI filter for just an extra level of, it's basically wearing 2 bulletproof vests on your signals. This total would be $682. Okay? And this would include, of course, the G540. So you're at $682 here. I'm at a selling price of $534. I made the unit turnkey. Not only did I make the PLCM turnkey, but I'm giving you a 3-year US warranty. So if we break it down from that perspective, you can see exactly where we're going with this. And again, it's the same thing. We'd be looking at here, Pumotix Motion Control Software Step 2 version with Fusion 360 post is $208. PLCM 6-axis Ethernet motion controller turnkey shipped from me would be $205. G540 is $275. We're at $680. Okay, if we come here, exclusive 3-year warranty direct from e-dealers, And this includes a double shielded Cat7 cable, power supply with inline on-off switch, DB25 gender changer, and DB25 EMI filter. So you're at 680, but that is including the Step 2 version of the Pumotix software. And when I cover that, this is really where it gets interesting, because the Step 2 version, I've picked certain modules that I feel most of you are going to benefit mostly from in the beginning. Okay, so this is a package I've put together. This is a much more advanced package, not necessarily for the guy just getting involved, but for the guy who's stepping up and saying, hey, you know what, I want to take my machine to the next level and have that full operating potential. This is where we're going with this. Okay, Pumotix motion control software Step 1 version with Fusion 360 Post, and the PLCM motion control software, motion controller, and then a turnkey shipped from me. You can see Gecko G540 4-axis micro-stepping drive. We're at 534, and again, it is turnkey, so you get the exclusive 3-year warranty direct from me. This includes double shielded Cat7 cable, and again, my Cat7 guys, all of my cables are direct designed by myself. They're double shielded, they have gold-plated connectors, they're done the way I feel I would want it done for my own personal system and use them myself. The inline on-off switch, just so everybody's on the same page, it allows you to turn the unit on and off rather than you simply applying power to it and the unit instantly is getting a shock in terms of the voltage getting surged to it. You have an on-off switch just like any other device. You cycle it on, you cycle it off. DB25 gender changer, so it's compatible with the G540, and a DB25 EMI filter, which once again is basically wearing 2 bulletproof vests in terms of EMI shielding. Okay. Pumotix motion control software Step 1 version with Fusion 360 Post, and just the PLCM 6-axis Ethernet motion controller. If you were to buy it, it's $260. And again, that's shipped from me. You still get all of the benefits. Again, the 3-year warranty, the Cat7 cable, double shielded, power supply with inline on-off switch, DB25 gender changer, and DB25 EMI filter. So again, at this price point, guys, we're at $260 for just the software and just the PLCM. You're at $260 from me, where Mach 3 right now just itself is $175. You can't even touch an ESS for 180 or for less than 180 typically, unless you're buying it used. You'll figure that out as you go through. And again, I did not go through, and I know I'm going to probably hear other guys out there, what about, UCCNC's, Ethernet controllers? And they're just as incomplete. When you factor in everything you need to buy, factor in all of the accessories. Like I said, I'm going with what's currently on the market and what's the majority of end users are using. I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at overall stability. There is no comparison in what we're looking at here. Okay, just if we look at voltage across the board of what most of these units use, it's 5 volts. Okay, 12 volts is unheard of in actually for an Ethernet motion controller. It's very much unheard of as a power source. So coming over here in general, you can see that we've got a vast array of different savings. Everything from the minimum of $165 all the way up to $1390, depending on the package you want to review. Now, if you watch the video again, you can go through all these packages and see. If we come over here, I did the price breakdown, of the difference using Pumotix with Turnkey PLCM, Step 2 software add-ons, and Fusion 360 Post, which would be $680. And you can see again the price difference. The minimum you'd save, and the closest thing would be if you did everything yourself with the Ethernet Smooth Stepper Mach 3, the smallest amount you would save is $19 with my package, or the largest amount would still be $1305. Now you factor that in, and we go through, and once you see what the Step 2 software add-ons add, then you can factor in what potential you really have. Because again, if we break it down even past that to the other modules that are available, you'll blow away Mach 3 and Mach 4 hands down. I mean, there are modules available, multi-client, for instance, where you can run multiple robots from one instance of Pumotix. That means you have one computer running multiple robots. It's unheard of in the industry. Okay, as we scroll over now, you can see most control package, including only Mach 3, Mach 4 is Centroid Pro software and Centroid Acorn or Warp 9 Ethernet Smooth Stepper. And again, over here, we're doing the same thing. You can see most control package with only the Centroid Acorn or Warp 9 Ethernet Smooth Stepper, and motion control software Mach 3, Mach 4 Centroid Pro software. So again, these are just basic packages. This would be Warp 9's Ethernet smooth stepper, you would supply the accessories. I've already covered the accessories. You can review that again if you're just joining or wherever you are in the video. Mach 4 Industrial, you'll be breaking down to $1,649. Okay, in comparison, price difference using Pumotix with Turnkey PLCM, E1B, and Step 1 software without any add-ons. This is just a free version of Pumotix. Excuse me one sec, I want to just grab a drink. Okay, that is just the software without any add-ons. It's just a free version that comes with the PLCM. And if we include the Fusion 360 posts without the G540 drive, this option sells for $260. You're looking at $1,649 just to make this usable, the Ethernet smooth stepper. I just saved you $1,389. Okay, these prices are validatable, guys. This price is unheard of in the industry. You will not find a lower price anywhere on an Ethernet controller with full functionality motion control software. We'll cover that later in the video. So I hope this has drawn your attention because, again, when I told you I blew away everything on the market, I'm telling you right now, this is very, very powerful in what we're looking at. Okay, so what we have here now is Warp 9's Ethernet Smooth Stepper accessories. You can see this package is with Mach 4 Hobby. This again was with Mach 4 Industrial. Once again, you can see the price difference. We're at $189 difference from this package. So I saved you $189 using Pumotix with PLCM. And then as we come down here, it's the same thing. Warp 9 Ethernet Smooth Stepper, Mach 3. You would supply the accessories, bare bone board. 424, I saved you $164. And then as we come over here, once again, you can see the green shading and the darker red shading. Green shading being the least amount of money I've saved you, and the red shading being the most amount of money I've saved you. Using the PLCM Step 1 version of the software, which is totally free. And I'll say that again, it's totally free with unlimited G-code use. All you buy is the PLCM E1B Turnkey Ethernet solution from me. You get that software with a perpetual license. Okay? Amazing. I'm just telling you right now because this is amazing. When you see the software, you'll see exactly what I'm saying if you cover that once I cover that in the video. So Centroid Acorn Barebone, Centroid Pro Software Acorn, you're at $459. Total I saved you $199 and so on and so forth. We just keep going down here. Coming over here. Price difference using Pumotix, and this is going to be the other breakdown. This is the price difference using Pumotix with Turnkey PLCM E1B and Step 2 software with add-ons of Fusion 360 and post-processor and without the G540 drive. This option sells for $410. Now why I'm doing the without G540 drives on both of these, the Step 1 and the Step 2 with the software, the motion control software, is because I get a lot of guys that want to say, hey, you know, I don't want to use a Gecko. I want to use my Chinese drives or lead shine or, you know, whatever it may be, and you're fine doing that. Okay, the PLCM will work with any drive, and even when we factor that in, look at the price difference we're talking about. We're at $410 with Step 2 software add-ons, along with the general PLCM E1B Ethernet motion controller and Pumotix, and we're at a total of $410. Guys, that's amazing. How amazing is it? Well, let's break it down. Once again, we got a dark red shading here. This is the most amount I saved you is $12.39. Least amount is $14. Okay. If we come over here, and that would be the one that saves you the least amount would be a package in comparison with the Warp 9 Ethernet Smooth Stepper, which again you would supply the accessories, the barebone version, which again is the bare circuit board, and then Mach 3. So when you break this all down, you're at a total cost of $424. This is $410. I saved you the difference of $14. Okay, but the direct comparison will be a night and day comparison when we compare Mach 3 to Pumotix, especially in the sense that it is 64-bit architecture motion control software, and it is server-based. I'll say it again. It's 64-bit architecture motion control software, and it is server-based. Okay, very powerful stuff, but you can see all the prices differences, and this is the Step 2 add-ons of the Pumotix software, so you're getting all the benefits of the standard Step 1 features on top of the Step 2, which I've already, like I said, I put this software package together, picking out the modules that many of you I feel would request. I'd say the only one I did not include, and this is a real cool one that I know many of you love because it gives you full autonomous operation in robot, just like any other full-scale machine, is the ATC spindle control option. Okay, but again, I'll build whatever you'd like. That's the beauty of this software. We can build whatever modules in that you are going to use and nothing more than that. I mean, in general feature functionality, you will definitely have something that blows away everything that's even listed here. A lot of these actual pieces of software, we know Mach 3 is dated. Everybody can agree to that. We know Mach 4, yeah, I feel is just, bloated software. I think it's really inflated in price, and many of you feel as I do that, number one, it's buggy because it's still basically beta tested software. It's not mature enough yet to be released, in my personal opinion. And then on top of that, you're paying for a lot of stuff you may never use. We're trying to mitigate that as much as possible, and that's why these software packages are put together. And like I said, rather than take my word for it on these numbers, do your shopping online. I'm a direct vendor. I do this for a living. I know all of the vendors out. I can carry all of these products. Many of them I do carry. The Centroid Acorn I will not carry. I just don't feel it's really a justified product. I feel there's a lot of loopholes in the way they do business that way. And personally, once you validate the pricing, and you look here at what we're looking at and weigh everything, I think I've made my point clear. And then it's just a preference, and everybody has their own preference, but I want you guys to have the right information. So we'll continue on next with the next portion of the video.